Greetings, mortals, I am the Fallen Shogun, and welcome to another Who's That Indie? Today's indie being MicroTown, which is basically a early access indie version of Settlers. Now, I've played a little bit, I know what I'm doing, sort of, but I'm going through the tutorial to show you what's happening, and also it says you can build swords. Now, there's nothing evil or deathy in this version of the game, this early access version, so I'm assuming like they're going to add combat of some form in the future. Now, as you can see, you've got little peasants, I've got some warehouses full of slabs, some planks, and I've got some carrots and tomatoes. Let's begin. The first step is to provide the village with a steady supply of planks and stone slabs. These are needed for building construction. Let's start with a lumberjack. So you build a lumberjack here, you can see it's got an area of effect around it. We're just going to build it here. And my little peasant guy is going to go take the resources. Now, I'm probably going to skip ahead a little bit because we're showing you how it works. But every building needs stone slabs and planks. So you need a lumberjack and also a sawmill. You need a quarry and also a mason. So we're going to get a mason in there. There. While we're at it, we're going to go and get a lumberjack. Chops trees down into logs. However, logs still have to be cut into planks at a sawmill. So let's build you there. As you can see, it's an area of effect around them. Certain buildings, like the sawmill, you need to build extra buildings around it. As you can see, it's showing here. A sawmill building by itself cannot process items. It only houses the workers. It needs an auxiliary saw house. So we're going to build some saw horses. We're going to build one here and another one here. The same thing with the quarry. The quarry requires me to put down mining sections. We're going to put one down there. Then we're going to build a mason. Let's see, doing the same thing. I'm trying to build it on roads just so it looks cool. There, I guess. So as you can see, I'm kind of cutting through the tutorial, but at the very beginning of the game, you need one lumberjack, one sawmill, one mason, and one quarry. You can actually up the number of people in certain jobs. As you can see, this one requires 3 if you want to. Same with the sawmill. Because obviously I now have 2 of these saw horses, so you can only use one at a time, so definitely another person would be useful. Same with the quarry, only one of these can be mined at a time, so I build 2 more. I could get 2 more people. But the mason can only have 1 person. So, now that the village has a steady supply of construction materials, we should establish food production. Mouse over to food. The information label at the top of the screen to see how much food is left. Good. A basic food supply is a gardener, where simple food items like tomatoes and carrots can be grown. Construct a gardener. Go put him down here. The same thing with the gardener. You build it and then you put the stuff around it. A garden needs several garden plots. Let's build 3 carrot plots. And then also 3 tomato plots. This tomato, isn't it? Yes. So as you can see, you've got a nice steady supply of resources. Now, there's only 2 modes in the game right now. Monument construction and sandbox. So we're going to go through this because this shows you how the technology also works at the bottom. So to start off, to get actual tech, I'm going through it, you actually need knowledge. Now you can get knowledge in 2 ways. Books into libraries, which you don't have unlocked, or doing these little quests. I'm going to work on that as well. So we're going to steadily start expanding. Let's have another person up here, another person here. And let's actually get a couple of houses as well, unless we are out of resources. No, still got some resources. Good. Look at them. Nice, simple, relaxing. There's not really too many danger zones within the game at this point of time. Although this early on you don't have enough people to do everything. So as you can see, the wood is kind of just hanging out. And oh my god, they're suddenly being builders. There we go. Yeah, we're going to carry on. We're going to get some more stone slabs. Let's see, this guy is waiting as well, so we do need some more houses. Houses increase population limit by 6 and allows new villages to gradually move in. Let's get a row of houses here, I guess. Let's see, let's go into here. Let's put it here. Obviously, the more stuff you have built, the longer things take, because, you know, you need resources to move about. We definitely need more people. As you can see, that's going along nicely. You'll start grabbing resources from over there. But another house or so would get more people. And we're doing all the jobs and the tutorials slightly out of line. Now there's a happiness factor. Productivity works on happiness. Select the garden and select slots to enable it. The garden slots, okay. Excellent, the village now enough for me to continue expanding the village. Population only grow, there's enough housing. Mouse over the housing population label. As you can see, it shows we currently have 6 carriers, 8 builders, none of them are idle. 8 workers and 2 builders, 5 max. Okay. Increase population, build a house, and equip the house to be built. So there's only 3 houses to get to the next stage. Let's get another house down. Now you can prioritise these, as you can see. There is, they've been built. A high priority and the highest priority. So if something you want built, you can priority target it. New villagers will now be arriving at the town hall and begin working on available tasks. As the villages grows, villagers can discover new technologies. Mouse over the knowledge information label at the top screen to see the available research points. None. Primary way to gather knowledge is for villagers to complete goals. As you can see, that one just happened. These goals appear and unlock as the game progresses. You can mouse over the individual goals to learn more. Claim a total of 10. That's 5. That was useful. Let's actually up this a bit more. There we go, do that. Another thing which only happens, I think it does eventually tell you. Oh, there we go. The villagers have learned enough knowledge from their work to discover something new. Open a knowledge panel. So the knowledge panel's down here. Now it's not fully fleshed out, as you can see. I imagine there'll be a lot more things to do. Here you can progress through knowledge discoveries and unlock new buildings and items. So we're going to go grab farming. So now I've unlocked farming. That's the basic tutorial. So you build the farm, and that gives you like stuff like carrots, tomatoes, wheat, barley, and hemp. So as things go on, you want to unlock more stuff. Like I want to get this going on and this one going on, so I can actually unlock forestry. So I can start growing my own trees, so I end up using up the whole forest. I'm also going to move the target to here. Do that, get another one of these. Yeah, as more and more people come along, you're going to slowly start building the city up more. Do that. Then of course we'll be needing another mason. So right now, going to speed things up, we just need more wood. But yeah, like I say, we can target anywhere we want to build this stuff. Also, to speed things up, I'm just holding down the tab. So that's going to be up and running soon. The food's going to be up and running soon as well. As you can see, we're getting plenty of resources. Let's prioritise that. So 3 people cutting down trees. We have plenty of wood and resources coming into here. There we go. Third sawhorse is now done. I think again maybe another lumberjack down here, because then we can start growing trees. Now we can start growing trees. Forestry. So this is very much settlers, only with slightly more in-depth production trees, I guess. Because in settlers, to grow trees, you put a forestry down, they grow trees. In this one, you have to put down an arborist, which has its own little tree growing section, and then the trees are then transported to a forester who then plants them. So it's slightly more in depth, which I'm actually quite excited about, because it means I've got big plans for the future. I'm going to put down this arborist here, and then I have to put down like auxiliary tree growing sites. And then those trees get transported to a forester. It'll have to do. Slightly smaller. As you can see, everything now revolves around getting enough wood. If you put down roads, Yeah, people move 20% faster down roads, so we're going to try and get that up and running. Like that. There we go. So as you can see, things are now being done here. I'll go faster along the roads. Obviously, they're a bit busy building things right now. And that's how the game goes. Obviously, happiness is now -1. Every 24 villagers beyond the first 32 reduces happiness. To get happiness up, I'm going to have to start building things like a market square. And maybe a mortuary. I lost one guy in the first test game I did. Don't know how. Think he starved. I haven't lost anyone in the second test game, so I'm not quite sure how people die. I'm not quite sure how people die. And this is the world. This is the largest available world currently able to be generated. You can see it's alright. It's not the biggest thing, there's not really anything insane out there. But like I say, one of the options you get for like metalworking is building swords. I'm assuming at some point there will be sword making. And then obviously, you know, fighting. I do find it amusing that you need wood to build trees. Okay, so stone slabs are being stored. Nothing in this warehouse, as you can see. You can choose. But yeah, this is the game. So it gets more and more complex as time goes by, as you build more and more production trees. Now the trees being destroyed is insane. For the house. Just speeding things up. But yeah, this is how it goes. This is how the game is. As you can see, there's now roads being built. I think I could upgrade the roads, maybe the bricklaying. But I'm not too sure. Herding gives me animals. Beekeeping gives me honey. Got clothing production. Bookbinding, which allows me to have the libraries. And a healer. This technology cannot be discovered yet. That's fine. As you can see, there are people literally everywhere right now just waiting for things to do, which means we have loads of idols. Yes. When a builder gets selected, he automatically, you know, assigns that job. No one else can take it. Prioritise that a bit more. I'd like that to actually be done to actually get people working on it. There we go. So he'll start growing trees, which will then get planted in here. There's 3 levels of growth. The first level of growth is him planting it. The second level of growth is being unattended, as you can see. And the third level is a worker operates. So first stage is planting, second stage is growing, third stage is obviously digging up. So as you can see, it's just left stuff. We'll just click on this, as you can see, it's steadily growing. They actually change the icon, which I quite like. Now there's only, I think, 1 track of music, so you'll be hearing the same song over and over again. Again, it's early access, that is liable to change. There is placeholder stuff all over, so you get a feel for how the game is. And as you can see, he's digging up the trees, taking them back. Someone's picking up the trees, they'll take them over to this forester. Now I may get a second arborist down to get more trees growing, because right now we are cutting down so many. As you can see, it's now planted. It'll take a little while to grow, so no one's going to cut it down. We're actually getting new trees growing. Claims of vegetables, good. Which we're going to use to get mining down. Mine for coal or for iron. So we're going to get another miner down, because you can actually change what these guys are mining, as you can see. But we have this one fully set up. We have 1 iron there, 1 coal there. Actually, that was the other way around. We're going to take it. So you can't do that, and you can't do either. Basically, trees are being grown. Everything is going along nicely. We have no issues whatsoever with the world currently. Now I have iron and coal. So I now have, you know, can get the next level when I get that set up and start getting metal being produced. So everything is actually rolling along really nicely. We have loads of extra resources. So yeah, right now there isn't too much to do with all of it. So I'm going to build, I don't know, market still around here. This will give me happiness. Actually, click on it. For each one of these market stalls you get, gives you an extra layer of happiness. So obviously 6 is its maximum. So we're going to use that to obviously make our people a little bit happier. So it says here, a market stall sells about 108 population. So now we can obviously go on to the next level and get even more peasants. But yeah, it's exciting. I'd like to see where it goes. But right now it's more of a relaxing game than a strategic game. Because, you know, once you get stuff set up, you don't really need to do much else. There's nothing which really throws you out of the level yet. We're going to get a smeltery down here. Nearby furnaces, and across the road we are going to go get the smith. And the smeltery is the same thing. It's one of those buildings you leave stuff in. So I put one here, as you can see. Actually, not yet. So actually I played up to this level, then I stopped. Once you build a furnace, you put in the iron, you put in the coal, and then over time it melts it down. Obviously, puts it in, leaves it to heat up, then he takes it out. So it's another one of those items which you can just leave for a period of time and have one guy tend multiple. Although he's not doing well, we may need another arborist over here. Can we plant trees? Claim that. That gives us even more. So I'd like to go for bricklaying this time around. I don't know what it does. Brick works. What do I do with it? I don't know what I do with it. Doesn't say. We out of resources? We're actually out of wood. Okay, we're going to up you even further just to grab more wood. We already get another arborist over here, I think. So we're always going to have plenty of stone by the looks of it. You don't really have that much in the way of wood. I'm going to need to get some tools and brick storage too. Although I'm not sure bricks are for. It might be a more advanced building supply. So I never did them in the first time, and the roads don't seem to be upgradable. And you can also get even more in depth if you go down here. As you can see, you can do item report, you can profession distribution. You can choose how many you have. So I'm going to have like a minimum of 7 carriers and 7 builders. You also choose item distribution, as you can see here. So you can see where priorities and so on are going for each and every item in the game. So you can get really in depth if you want to. As you can see here, this guy is now attending 3 of these. We're going to get another quarry up here and get 10 and have 2 more coal put down. Clay pit? Sand pit. Oh, do that to there. And get you to go there. Okay, you're now only doing coal. You're now only doing iron. As you can see, this is now making... Oh, we need a forge for these. So each forge is one man doing one thing. So they actively work on them. So there are active working stations and passive working stations. You know, where they... that was a lot. Where obviously these are passive, they do something and just leave them for a bit. And we have the active ones that have to work the entire time. So yeah, there's a lot of variety. Like I say, there isn't too much to do at this stage, but there is a lot of variety and a lot of things that are actively going on, which I do like. Maybe 2 work about this much. We get a third one down here, I guess. Yeah, we need more trees to work on, obviously, this area, so that's pretty good. We have a lot of iron and coal going on. We have a lot of people. Food is 7, 8. Food's going down a bit, so we're going to get a farm, I think. Move that there. That will require a lot more wood, but you know, what else are we going to use wood for? Yeah, as you can see, it starts getting quite busy. A lot of movement is currently ongoing, even with only the small amount of buildings we have currently unlocked. So I'm very excited to see this game grow in early access. Now, if we get the library next, by the book binding, we can start making our own books and getting our own knowledge. So don't get stuck with just this. There we go, our first tool. Get that there. Speeding things up. I didn't know this was available. This was a tooltip on the menu telling me this. Maybe another one of these. So these aren't making any more because he's currently full of resources. That's fine. We should probably start storing more. Do we have more storage? No. Okay. Okay. Plenty of trees being planted now. Okay, let's put you down to over here. Just get rid of this. We get a second guy over here. As you can see, things are going on nicely. We're now making tools which increase productivity. Not quite sure where to prioritise them to go, but they exist. And we're going to get a couple more of these because now, of course, we need to get tool stored. Luckily, we have plenty of slabs, but not much in the way of wood. So yeah, wood is slowing us down. It usually does, but now it's really slowing us down. 32 carriers, minimum 7, my god. So yeah, we might need more people. Food's going down, that's it'll be alright soon. Get a third guy here, just because we can. But yeah, things seem to be going quite nicely now. See, trees and stuff are going around. Yeah, this is working nicely. We have good forestry going on, plenty of resources. I like this. And again, it's very, very cheap. It's currently £5 British. That'd be like $7, 7 euros. It's in early access right now. Link, of course, in the description. But I recommend this game a lot. It's got a huge amount of promise because I love any settlers-like game. I really do. You also need a granary for the potatoes now. Okay, food's a bit low, that's fine, we can get the food up. Production is going well. Yeah, food is a bit low, that's fine. If people starve, we'll get more. So when it drops below 8, as you can see. New villagers will not spawn because they're worried about the food supply of the village. So there is a bit of built-in mechanics to stop your people starving because of stupidity. You know, to give you a bit of a chance not have 100 more people turn up. Let's prioritise you as high, so I kind of really want to get some potatoes. It actually requires quite a lot of planks. Let's reprioritise you to here. There we go, new forest grown. So maybe a second forester too to actually plant over here, and maybe a second lumberjack to slowly start growing. Oh, 30 for the tools. That means I should be able to get bookbinding. Yes! Now I can craft books. Easy. A scribe records information in the books, create codices, and codices are written. Okay, knowledge. That is pretty good. It means I should also have, well, use my bakery, brewery, and pulp mill. Oh god, things are everywhere now. Okay, how do I make books? Pulp mill mixes hemp with the water and into paper pulp at nearby pulp vats. How do I get hemp? I want to have access to hemp. Okay, so now the farm's even more useful. Now we have potatoes being stored, so food's now going nicely again. There we go. But yeah, this is the game. This is MicroTown. I am really excited to see how this game goes, because again, I love any game which is anything to do with settlers. Settlers is one of those games that I grew up on, and I'm always excited for new stuff which goes into the genre. Anyway, I've been the Fallen Shogun. This has been another Who's That Indie, bringing strategic, tactical or survival games straight to your face holes. Linked of course in the description. I've improving this game, I quite like it a lot, it works really well. There's not too much here because it's early access, but there you are. But anyway, I will see you guys next one, and thanks always to patrons for supporting me via money every month to help me find new games like this. Purchase them, find them, or I don't know, just look at them. But anyway, ciao for now, people. Bye bye.